Seahawks, they defeat the Patriots 29-13. People said all week, Seahawks blowout, Seahawks win incoming. They weren't wrong. 29-13 Seahawks. Honestly, it felt worse. Kenneth Walker, Jason Myers, they had a night. Patriots had absolutely nothing going on. On a scale from week one NFL red zone excitement to I could care less, like where does the Super Bowl fall for you?
Yeah, I guess some of it depends on the storylines and who's playing. Like, I'm definitely always going to watch the Super Bowl, but being a Panthers fan, I don't really have a dog in a fight usually that much. So, uh, I would say for the most part, I'm just rooting for good games, and this didn't quite hit that. This was not particularly competitive of a football game, so I thought it was cool for Darnold and cool for the Seahawks, but yeah, it's the Super Bowl. There's two. If you're a fan of a team, there's only two teams making it out of 32 teams. Like odds are your team's probably not in there, so you're just watching it for some drama, basically.
Yeah, I'm a Patriots fan, so for that reason, I guess it was exciting for me. Not
Hmm.
the result, not the game. I realized pretty quickly, probably about the second quarter, that it wasn't going to be our night. But yeah, I was talking to my girlfriend about this, and I'm just like, the Super Bowl is the most like unfootball football game of the entire year. Just like how much media surrounds it, like the shots of the celebrities. I was trying to
Hmm.
like compare it to the Masters in my head. So like the Super Bowl is the top of the chart, like the biggest game of the year. The Masters would be like the top of the, golf world. And the Masters is just so opposite end of the spectrum. Like they're not going to be cut into commercials every 30
No,
seconds. They're not going to be showing celebrities in the crowd. It's about the golf. They're going to show the players. I feel like the Super Bowl is a lot like just on the opposite end of the spectrum to it. To me, it's like the real excitement of the football kind of ends after that AFC NFC championship. And then we get this long period. It's media, it's celebrities, it's commercials. It's almost the football is not the most important thing. So I just thought that was interesting that's kind of how I felt throughout the week watching the game. I don't know how you feel about it.
it definitely is. The Super Bowl is so late in the season. Like football, like really, there hasn't been much football for the last month or so. You get like one game a weekend or two, or like two games a weekend. You get your AFC NFC championship, then you have a week off. Like it really is kind of floating by itself at the end of the schedule. And I don't know. I think generally there is a pretty good build up to it, but it is interesting because I guess you lose some of the energy in the sense that it's so corporate at the Super Bowl versus having it be at somebody's home stadium and the fans going nuts. Like, it's at most you're going to have basically half the stadium of one team's fans, and that's just not. I mean, I'm sure there's a buzz to it, but it's just a little bit different, different of an atmosphere for sure.
Let's get to the actual game itself. What were your takeaways from the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I thought I was feeling really good about that first half. I was like, man, I have hit this game like perfectly. I called it everything. I was on New England in the plus 4.5, which obviously did not hit. That was not my best call, but the way that the game kind of was going down definitely um, made sense to me. Just neither both teams sort of feeling each other out. Neither team getting anything too productive offensively. A few plays here and there for Seattle, but it was a lot of punting, a lot of field position battles, stuff like that. And then the second half, it kind of opened up a little bit. I think the Patriots started trying, maybe taking a few more chances and got a little sloppy with the ball, and that's when Seattle kind of put on some points. But really, up until then, it was quite a defensive struggle.
Yeah, I mean, when it was, I think it was 9-0 at half, I
Hmm.
was like, I feel like that's a win for the Patriots. It could be a whole lot
Absolutely,
worse
yeah.
right now. Like just holding them to field goals felt really good. But I mean, pretty quickly we started to realize this wasn't going our way. Even
Hmm.
when what was it? Mac Hollins caught the touchdown and they put up 7 there. We were still down 19-7. It felt like we were a ways back. It didn't feel like we were going to catch up. Darnold, 19 of 38, 202 yards, 1 touchdown. I didn't think he could go 4 straight games without a turnover. He did it. He's a different man. Um, I will say he threw the ball 38 times. It felt like he threw it 17, 18, 19 times. Like I
Yeah, that was one of
I
the
was
other ones I missed on, and maybe I should have gone with the completions, not the attempts, because the pass game wasn't that successful at all for the Seahawks, but they were still trying to sling it.
Yeah, but you nailed a couple other bets. We'll get into them when we get into our gambling portion. For me, the biggest takeaway, Patriots, that offensive line, they struggled. Will Campbell, 14 pressures allowed up in the game. That's 24% of the time that Drake made drop back. Will Campbell was letting up a pressure. So basically, every time he dropped back, he had to look over his left shoulder to see whether or not a man was coming. So that's tough there. I'm in a group chat with a bunch of Patriots fans, a bunch of kids from high school. Like, we're all Patriots fans pretty much. I'm seeing like they were saying throughout the media, like Will Campbell might have to be moved to a guard position, and left tackle is not going to work out for him. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's a possibility. I know the concern with him was the short arms thing going into the season. I mean, look, I don't think like short arms is the end of it. To me, he looks slow to me. He was getting beat around the edge. He looked like he was half a step slow off the drop a lot of times. Um, I, I do think they're gonna have to do something there. I don't know if he was playing injured. I don't know. Like, I'm
I
not the
saw
Patriots
something
fan, so
today
I'm
that
not
came
watching all the
out.
games. But like, was he like really struggling early in the season? Like, I feel like we didn't really hear anything
So
about his struggles until like this playoff run almost.
actually, before his injury, he was having like a great season. I mean, the
Hmm.
competition they were playing wasn't great, but he was up there like top 5 left tackles in the league. He got injured. He came back. I saw something that came out today that said he's playing with a tore ligament. I'm like, I don't know how much I believe that. Might just be
Torn
kind of like
ligament and what?
I don't know. I saw maybe one of his legs. I I'm not sure how much I believe it. It almost seems like a PR move. Like he really struggled and just
I
like
mean, if it's like an ACL, you're not playing on a torn ACL. That's not happening. So I don't
yeah.
know. I don't know what that is.
Before his injury though, I thought he was fine. I don't think he's a bust or anything. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they do in the offseason, whether they keep him at left tackle, move him to a guard position, but they're going to have to get that offensive line shored up. Let's talk about John Snyder for a second. GM, Seattle Seahawks. Probably the best GM in the league right now. Some of the moves he's making, unbelievable.
Hmm.
Brings in Darnold, brings in Shaheed. Shaheed was a difference maker this year. But these draft picks, I mean, he does not miss.
Yeah.
This year, Gray Zabel, Nick Imamori. Last year, Brian Murphy. 2023, Witherspoon, JSN, Derek Hall. 2022, he has a bunch of them. Charles Cross, Mafe, K9, Abraham Lucas, Kobe Bryant, Reek Woolen. What do you think about John Snyder and what he's doing with the Seahawks right now?
Yeah, it's impressive. I mean, he has what, two Super Bowls now with the Seahawks with essentially completely different rosters. I mean, he built it all up, it, broke it down and built it right back up again. So, really, really impressive what he's done there. Um, Seattle absolutely, you know, they looked like a force this year. They still got like 70 million in cap going into this offseason. So I wouldn't really expect them to be going anywhere. It seems like they should be able to build on this nicely. In my opinion, they don't really have too many holes in this roster, so I'll be interested to see where they kind of focus that. Obviously, Kenneth Walker is a free agent now, so that is something to monitor what they do at the running back position with the Charbonnet ACL tear. But I mean, a running back position that's not going to eat into 70 million cap too much. Like you shouldn't be spending a ton on a running back. So I'll definitely be interested to see which way they go. I'm sure, there's going to be some free agents that are definitely interested to come play for the Seattle team. So,
Yeah, that K9's one to keep an eye on. I've seen some like mocks out there. People have him moving.
hmm
I don't see them moving him. I mean, he was just the Super Bowl MVP. He carried this team. Sharp still got that injury, so like who knows how
well,
slow he's gonna be.
if
Um,
he's if
what if
he's
he takes?
screaming for 12 to $15 million, you let him walk. Like at the end of the day, it depends on what it is. If you can get him for 8 to
Would you be
10,
would you be comfortable going 4 year 40 million on Kenneth Walker after a Super Bowl
yes,
MVP?
yes, that's fine.
Yeah, I would too.
Four
I
for
think it's
four for
also
40 is fine. But
yep.
if he wants like the 15, if he's like, hey, I'm a Super Bowl MVP, I want like Saquon money. See ya, bud. Like not happening.
Okay, all right.
So, but
I got
yeah,
another. I got another.
4 for 40 would be, yeah, that's fine. That's like
I got another.
that's like Chuba Hubbard money.
I
Which
got another
goodness,
player
man.
here. So, I think one standout player, um, I'm sorry, Christian Gonzalez on the
Yeah,
Patriots. If he did not perform the way he did, the score of this
yeah,
game would have been infinitely worse. He
yeah. He
had
was
a
awesome.
fantastic game. So I'm looking at the cornerback market. Gonzalez still has 1 year left on his deal. They could, choose to pay him now, or wait, but, Sauce Gardner, right now, he is the leading quarterback, as far as average per year at, 30.1. Behind him, Derek Stingley's making 30. After those 2, it kinda drops off a little bit. So, when Gonzalez does gets paid, he's stated he wants to be long-term with the Patriots. He wants to be there. I assume they're gonna pay him. What do you think the price is for someone like him?
Yeah, like having seen him play. I mean, he is in that conversation of a top tier lockdown corner. I mean, um, he does that for the Patriots. They ask him to do that, and he absolutely makes a difference. When he is out there, the pass defense is better for the Patriots, and yeah, he probably deserves up in that top tier range. So I would, if you're the Patriots, I'd be expecting to look in that $30 million range for when you got to pay this guy.
Another note. So Clint Kubiak, basically as soon as the game is over, actually almost like before the game even starts,
Yeah.
days before, it seemed like he was going to the Raiders. He now is the head coach of the
Hmm.
Raiders. That's kind of a big loss. Great offensive coordinators, done
Yeah.
some good things for some other teams. So, Mike McDonald, defensive guy, called the defensive plays for the Super Bowl. Where do you think they go direction wise for offensive coordinator here? Is this like an in-house promotion, or I'm thinking like a lot of the good offensive coordinators have probably been swooped up by other teams over the past couple of weeks. So, what do you think they go direction wise here, for offensive coordinator? This is gonna be a big move, for 2026 to see what they do.
Yeah. I mean, it some of it may depend on Darnold. Like if Darnold's sitting there, like, hey, I like my quarterback coach. It may just be an in-house kind of thing. Um, but also, if you're the Super Bowl champs and your offensive coordinator slot opens up, like you probably could go poach somebody from somewhere. Um, so I think a little bit of it kind of depends on which way they want to go with it, especially like Darnold. I think at this point, Darnold's probably earned the right to have a little bit of a say on that. Um, so if he's got somebody he trusts and McDonald's cool with it, in house, like I don't think that hiring in house, especially given the season they just had, is necessarily a bad option.
My guess is they go in-house just because probably the top few coordinators that you would wanna bring in have already been swooped up, by some other teams. Alright, last question, I got here on the Super Bowl. If I could give you I don't know, let's just say if I could give you $100, if this would be a long-term bet, over the next 15 years, does Drake Maye get back to another Super Bowl? Yes or no? Really
Yes,
putting some thought into that
yeah.
one.
In the next, yeah, I think he does. Because I think he's going to play for a while, and he's got a good. He's in a good spot right now. He's in a franchise that knows how to win football games. He's got a good coach that I don't expect to go anywhere for a while. So yeah, in the next 15 years, yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, I
Obviously,
agree.
you're stuck in Josh Allen's division, but that's only for so long. So
I think it just falls more into the franchise than it really does
yeah,
Drake May. Like you got a head coach who's probably going to be there for a while. You got Robert Kraft, potentially the best owner ever in the NFL. And then you got Josh McDaniels, who is, a great offensive coordinator who's really not up for any head coaching positions due to his past prior history, being a head coach. So yeah, I would favor yes, but I mean, we've seen this happen all the time where quarterbacks get to the Super Bowl early in their career and they never get back. So it'll be interesting to follow over the next, well, not next, but the rest of his career.